All right, during this video, we're going to be doing a lab about planetary orbits and what they look like and how their shape works. So let's do this. I am so sorry if you're hearing the gerbils chewing on their cage. I don't know what they're doing. They're just really weird. Okay, so basically, first things first, you need a blank piece of paper, and we're going to be putting 2 thumbtacks into the piece of paper. So I've got a bunch of thumbtacks right here. I'm going to put 2 in. Okay, so these 2 thumbtacks are going to represent the center points of the orbit of a planet. So for our experiment, we have 1, we have 2, and they're going to start out at 8 centimeters apart. So I'm going to use my ruler, my flexible bendy ruler, to measure out 8 centimeters. Okay, so if I put 1 here, I put 1 right there, then we'll put the second one over here at 8. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now you've got your 2 center points of your ellipse. How we're going to actually draw the ellipse is by using a piece of yarn. So you take some yarn and you cut out a 24 centimeter string piece of it. So I'm going to measure out that right here. So this whole thing is, oh, this is great. Okay, so we start at the end right there, stretch it out to 24, and then right at 24, we will snip. Okay, so now we have our 24 centimeter piece of string, and now I'm going to tie the 2 ends of it together really quick. Okay, so here we go. We've got our little loop with a little tie in it, and we're going to put it around these 2 thumbtacks. Okay, so now comes the tricky part. So we've got these things positioned here. We just need a pencil or something to draw with, and we're going to actually use this to draw an ellipse out around these 2 tacks. So let me get that. Okay, I decided to use a Sharpie since that one's going to make a really nice line so you guys can see it. Okay, so we'll start here. Let's start here. And we will let the yarn guide our shape. Ooh, it's slipping down. Hold on, get up there, come on, come on. As it goes around. Okay, so now we've got it. So this shape, this basic shape I've drawn here, is the path of the orbit of a planet. And every planet in our solar system has an orbit that's shaped like this. It's not a circle, as you can tell. It's not exactly a circle. Actually, let me turn it this way so you can see a little better. So you can see, that's not a circle. It's more of an oval shape. And what's interesting is, if you have these 2 points, these are called the ellipsis points, and the sun, in every orbit of a planet, the sun is at one of these 2 points. So you'll always have this, and there's some like cool math you can do with like the points of an ellipse and like figuring out angles and stuff. But this point, always one of these 2 is smack where the sun is in the orbit of a planet. So the sun always happens at one of these points. Okay, so let's see how this changes if we make these 2 only 5 centimeters apart instead of 8. So let's try that. I'm going to take these out. We'll take this one out. We'll measure. Okay, my handy ruler. Here we go. So if I do this right here, and then we go for 5 centimeters instead. So they're going to be much closer together now. I'm going to pick a different color so you can see a different color orbit. Okay, so let's move it out here so you can see a little bit better. So now we'll put this string back on, and I'm going to use this, and it's going to be a little bit weirder this time because it's much bigger. So now let's see what kind of a shape we get with our yarn. Interesting. Okay, so see how this changed the shape of our orbit? When these two were moved close together, it because our string stayed the same size, it actually made this circle a little bit bigger. But did you notice right over here? This distance was actually shorter because this thing moved in a little bit. Very interesting. Okay, so again, you can see these 2 points are in the middle of this ellipse. And one of these two in real life would stand for the sun. So now you can go on and answer the lab questions that had to go with this.